Live from the Plymouth Canton Educational Park.
You're listening to Newsfile at 5:30 on 88.1 The Park.
I'm Avni, and in tonight's news, a chance to explore a Canton fire station and a way to learn how to help pollinators survive.
Now, for the latest news that matters in your community.
The Canton Fire Department is giving the community a chance to see the behind-the-scenes operations of a fire station next month when they host a fire safety open house. The open house will be held during National Fire Safety Week and will have different activities for people to explore. Attendees can talk with firefighters, see live demonstrations, try out firefighting gear, and much more. Kids will also get the chance to participate in a scavenger hunt around the station. Light refreshments will be provided. Deputy Chief of the Canton Fire Department, Jamie Strassner, says casualties because of fires are still a big issue, which is why fire safety is a topic that needs to be reinforced every year.
Sadly, we still have fires that have fatalities associated with them, so I don't think this message is ever truly done. I think it's one of those messages that just needs to get reinforced, and each year in October, it's a great time to do it, so that's why it's still relevant, still important.
The open house will be held on Saturday, October 7th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Fire Station 1 on Canton Center Road.
You have the chance to learn how to grow your pollinator garden this fall when the Local Impact Alliance hosts nonprofit organization Creating Habitats for Pollinators. This session is part of the Local Impact Alliance's Lunch and Learn program. Guests will take home knowledge on how to build their own gardens full of native wildflowers, which will help support the lives of many pollinators. Founder of Creating Habitats for Pollinators, David Hammond, says that the workshop is important because the more pollinator gardens an area has, the better the environment will be.
And so they're a good kind of benchmark to see how we're doing in terms of a healthy environment. If the pollinators are doing well, we're doing well.
Create Your Own Pollinator Garden will take place on October 11th at Canton Township's Administrative Building on Canton Center Road from 11:30 to 12:30 p.m. Guests are encouraged to bring their lunch to the event. For more information, visit localimpactalliance.org.
A looming federal government shutdown tops our look at world and national news tonight. Senate leaders on both sides of the aisle are calling for the House to avoid a government shutdown. Senate Majority Leader and New York Democrat Chuck Schumer said on the Senate floor that House Republicans need to stop catering to the whims of the hard right. Kentucky Republican and Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said his colleagues need to pass short-term funding legislation and avoid a harmful and unnecessary government shutdown. New Jersey Democratic Senator Bob Menendez insists he will be exonerated on bribery charges. Menendez and his wife and two co-defendants pled not guilty at their arraignment this morning in a Lower Manhattan courtroom. Menendez refuses to resign from office despite numerous high-profile Democrats calling for his resignation. The president of the United Auto Workers says he will not meet with former President Trump when he visits Detroit today. Trump's visit comes one day after President Biden joined striking UAW members on the picket line. UAW President Shawn Fain criticized Trump for planning his rally at a non-union business as the strike enters its 12th day. The U.S. soldier who illegally crossed into North Korea is back in American custody. Earlier Wednesday, North Korean state media announced U.S. Army Private Travis King would be expelled from the country. King was taken into North Korean custody in July after he bolted across the DMZ during a tour rather than board a flight back home to the U.S. Michigan State University has officially fired head football coach Mel Tucker. The school announced today that he was terminated for violating the terms of his contract. Tucker has been accused by advocate Brenda Tracy of sexual misconduct. Tucker's legal team sent the school a 25-page response to their letter of intent to fire him earlier this week. The university also believes they can get out of the contract Tucker signed 2 years ago. He had 8 years and more than $80 million remaining on the contract. For Newsfile at 5:30, I'm Avni. Your look at campus news is next.
Summer's here, and so is the music you love with K-Poppin' on 88.1 The Park.
The temperature is rising, and K-pop is turning up the heat with new artists on the scene.
Join Anuya, Avni, Akshaya Priya, and Cheyenne on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 6 to 7 p.m. to catch all the hottest K-pop hits. We'll play the latest chart toppers along with timeless favorites.
From heart-pounding anthems to sweet ballads, we've got the perfect blend to satisfy all your K-pop cravings.
We'll also keep you in the loop with news updates from the K-pop world and spotlights on your favorite artists.
So tune in, turn it up, and let K-Poppin' show you the beats that are taking over the world.
Your place for Plymouth Canton Community Schools updates.
It's campus news.
In campus news, the P-CCS family is in mourning of the loss of Christian Hennessy, longtime director in Food Nutrition Services, who passed away this past weekend. Hennessy's dedication to the well-being of the district's students has left a lasting impact on countless families in our community. She will be forever remembered for her compassion, joy, and positive spirit. P-CCS TV is the new home of the district's digital content, offering expanded information and entertainment that's better than ever. Subscribing to P-CCS TV via YouTube will give viewers new ways to interact with the school district with an inside look at the innovative learning going on in classrooms, go behind the scenes with award-winning extracurricular offerings, and catch live stream sports, concerts, and performances, and reporting from on-site events across the PCS community. To subscribe for free, visit PCCS TV on YouTube. Plymouth Canton Educational Park students can audition to be on the staff of 881, one of the top high school radio stations in the state. Applications are available at 881thepark.com and are due on Friday, September 29th. For Campus News, I'm Anya. Your look at sports is next.
With information coming at you from what seems like everywhere these days, it can be hard to find a source that focuses on information from your community. That's where 881 The Park comes in. Join us for Community Focus, where we shine a spotlight on the people and organizations that make Plymouth and Canton great. From chats with community leaders to information on latest events, we share the stories that matter to you every Wednesday after Newsfile at 5:30. You can also find Community Focus on Spotify and on the podcast page at 881thepark.com. Come along as we discover the heart and soul of our community.
Community Focus is brought to you by the Crum Agency of Plymouth, Mimic Insurance Agents.
Football, baseball, basketball, hockey.
It's time for Newsfile at 5:30 Sports. In PCB Sports yesterday, Salem Boys Soccer fell to Brighton 2-1. Bennett Quiano scored the lone goal for the Rocks. Plymouth Boys Soccer lost to the number 4 Northville Mustangs 1-0. In PCB Sports today, Canton Girls Field Hockey visits Pinckney, and Canton Boys Tennis hosts Crestwood High School. The Tigers put up 4 runs in the 8th inning to rally past the Royals 6-3 at Comerica Park. Akil Badu and Parker Meadows hit back-to-back homers in the 8th to give Detroit the lead. Spencer Torkelson tied the game with a 2-run double in the 6th. The Tigers and Royals continue their 3-game series tonight at Comerica Park. Tariq Skubal will make his final start of the season for Detroit. The Red Wings opened up the season with a 4-3 win over the Penguins at LCA. Michael Rasmussen scored the go-ahead goal in the 3rd period for Detroit, while Nate Danielson, Dylan Larkin, and Moritz Seider also lit the lamp. The Wings visit the Washington Capitals tomorrow. The Lions are putting the finishing touches on their game plan for tomorrow's clash with the Packers. The teams will meet on Thursday Night Football at Lambeau Field. Head coach Dan Campbell said yesterday he is optimistic that running back David Montgomery and tackle Taylor Decker will return tomorrow. In college football action on Saturday, second-ranked Michigan visits Nebraska in its first road game. The Wolverines are 4-0 so far. Michigan State travels to face Iowa, Central Michigan hosts Eastern Michigan, and Western Michigan entertains Ball State. For Newsfile at 5:30, I'm Leo. Traffic and weather is next.
From M14 to I-94, your look at traffic starts now.
Look for slow traffic on all areas freeways as the afternoon rush hour continues. The construction projects in I-275 northbound and southbound have traffic down to 2 lanes, and backups are growing at M14 eastbound and I-96 westbound. That's all for traffic. Your look at weather is next.
88.1 The Park with your local weather forecast.
Look for showers again tonight and tomorrow. Tonight's low will dip to 59 while tomorrow's high will reach 65. Right now in Plymouth Canton, it's 62 degrees under cloudy skies. On your source for the best local news, 88.1 The Park. For Leo and Anya, I'm Evnie on Newsfile at 5:30. Stick around, Community Focus is next, followed by K-Poppin' at 6 and Plymouth and Canton's hit music at 7.